Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run.
Good afternoon. We are here with Darcy Haugan of the Humboldt Broncos. How are you today, Darcy?
Just fine, thank you.
Big question. What's the biggest transition of coming from a head coach with the Peace River Navigators from the NWJHL to the Humboldt Broncos? What's the biggest transition for you?
Well, I think just getting acclimated with all the different facets of junior A hockey and the business side of things, and all the correspondence that needs to take place with with all your different levels of support and whatnot. But it's been a whirlwind for sure. Obviously, with how late into the summer that it was almost the end of August when I took the position, so there wasn't really a great deal of time for me to prepare or plan for to get things in place. So we were just kind of jumping in with both feet. But it's been a very smooth transition, to say the least.
Now, like you say, with your success in Peace River, 326 wins, 83 losses, 15 overtime, losses, 5 championships, and 3 coaches of the year. What's the biggest challenge you've had so far coming into the next level, I guess, where you're at now?
Well, I guess, there's a lot of different things. First off, bottom line is winning. But second thing, I wanted to manage my expectations coming here. Really none of the players I had didn't have a chance to recruit any of them. They were kind of all just what we had coming to camp is what we had. So, but I think the biggest thing for anything is, regardless of what you're doing, is you want to build that level of trust with everybody that you come in contact with your players, with your coaching staff, with your board, with your community. I really think that's the first priority, and that's been my first priority. And obviously we live in a microwave society where we want things to happen quickly, and unfortunately that's just not the case. So it is going to take time here for us to build that trust level, and then from there I think we can start working towards getting the results that we want.
And saying that, like I said, junior A hockey season is a long season. You still have 6.5, 7 months left. With your 7-17-3-1 record, how is the physical and emotional outlook on the players right now, going into the rest of the season?
Well, you know what? That's the one thing I've been really pleased with our group of guys is their character and their work ethic has been fantastic. I honestly believe we deserve a better result. We deserve better fate. We've been in a lot of hockey games, and quite honestly, we definitely could have some more points in some of those games. But however, we're more concerned with the process right now. We're starting to play the way that we want to, and we've started to see the benefits of that. Probably since the middle of October, well, probably a little later in October, probably October 27th game against Split is where we think we've really started to turn a corner. Unfortunately, it hasn't resulted in wins. So, we're trying to do things, to get those, and we're learning lessons the hard way. But I think that's just part of the maturing process for our hockey team.
And still, you still have 4 to 5 months to go, right? So it's still early in the season.
Yeah, no, for sure. We definitely it's a long grind, and it's a game at a time. It's a day at a time. So that's really what we're doing, and that's how we're approaching it. And it's something that we just take it like I said, a day at a time, and we're going to continue to get better. We're going to work, maybe find out where our weaknesses are, and try to improve those, and try to improve on our chemistry, which we think we're finding with our forward group. Obviously, we've made a couple moves on the back end. We had to move, one of the best defensemen in the league. We moved him to Lloyd for future consideration. So we have brought in a couple of young guys, so there's going to be a little bit of time for transition there on the back end, but they played very well last night in Nipawin. So, and in our goaltending, we have two new goalies here now, so hopefully that will help us a little bit, preventing pucks from going in the net. So it's been a work in progress, but everybody's been upbeat here, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
And with junior hockey having a long-standing tradition in Humboldt, even not just junior hockey, but junior hockey, the Broncos are truly ingrained in the fabric of the community. What experiences does that give your players?
Well, I think that's the biggest thing is, no matter where I've coached, I think trying to make the players aware of their surroundings and make them aware of who they're responsible to and what what goes into running a junior hockey club. It's just not it just doesn't magically happen. And but we've got a responsible group here of young men here. They've taken pride in giving back to the community here, and it's like I said, it's a treat to coach them.
Now, as a coach and your coaching style, what's the most important thing, motivating your players or teaching discipline?
Well, I think it's both, to be honest. But
comes hand in hand?
Like I said, pardon me?
It comes hand in hand?
Yeah. Honestly, like I said to you, the first thing that we really have to build here, and it only comes from communication, is building that level of trust up. So, we've had some new players here, so as they get to know me and I get to know them, I think we can, move forward in a lot faster direction. I mean, the speed of trust is so important. Once we do increase that level of trust, I think we can take greater strides forward.
Again, every coach, every player wants a successful season, as in getting to the Western Canada Cup out west or things like that. But if the Broncos don't make that, what do you deem as a successful season in your first year?
Well, you know what? I think there's lots of different ways you measure success. Obviously, we're trying to develop humans here as well, and we've got a great group, and we're trying to develop the whole player. Obviously, we have to manage our expectations. So for us, our expectations are Kinners Lake Clippers tonight, and we're going to worry about them. And if we can come to the rink each day and try to get better, we'll let the chips fall where they may. It's a long grind. There's so much stuff that has to happen. We do have 11, 18-year-old forwards in the lineup, each just about every night. So we have a young group. So, obviously, we're shooting for the moon. Of course we are, but we have to be realistic and understand what the process is, and that's coming to the rink every day, trying to become better every day. So that's honestly how we're approaching it. And we don't want to talk about championships. We want to talk about being champions and what it entails to be a champion, and the characteristics go along with that. And eventually, I think good things will happen.
And that leads me to the next question is, and I'm not saying everybody, but out there, some people forget that it's about these young boys and, like, say, their development. What is the most important single factor for a young player's development?
Well, I think they're all at different stages. I think they all come from different backgrounds, and I think once we gain that and build that relationship, understand that this is the first time I've met any of these players been this year, so it's only been 3 or 4 months. So, we really want to stress, let me rephrase that. I guess, hockey's a great platform to try to implement the life skills that you want to teach to these young men, and we take that very seriously here. We've got a great support group. We've got a great board. Our community understands it. We want to hold our players accountable and make them aware of what's out there for them after hockey's all done, and we want to try to prepare them for that. And hopefully, the lessons that they learn here and will help them down the road.
Now, like you say, being there for only about, like, say, 4 or 5 months with the organization and heading in, like, say, your 30th game tonight, is there one player that, seeing them at the start of the season till now, has made huge strides and didn't expect to be where they're at, putting you on the spot a little bit?
Well, you know what? Quite honestly, I've been very pleased with all our players and you know, how we've progressed. Obviously, it's, you know, for me to figure out where they fit in, what role they fit into, and trying to equip them to have success is something that we take very seriously here. And we want to make sure that they have success. We don't want to see any of our players fail. But, you know, quite honestly, all of them have their own little story, and it's a very unique story for each and every one of them, and what they've had to, you know, kind of overcome to get where they're at, and the struggles that they face, and to see them overcome that, it's been neat. And I think good things are on the horizon for our hockey club if each and every one of them keep bringing the same work ethic and the same desire to their rink each and every day.
And as young guys, sometimes they don't see that, but as a coaching staff, that's what you're there for, right? It's something is, if you see them succeed, you know you're doing something right?
Oh, for sure, 100% you do. Yeah.
So, well, Darcy, I can't thank you enough, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Anytime.
We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay.